Good morning, and welcome to You Be the Judge. Today, I'm truly honored to have as our guests two men who are responsible for the education of the young people in the city of Scranton, who are responsible and the people that safeguard our tax dollars that we send in real estate taxes to the Scranton School District to educate our children, and two people that have done an absolutely fantastic job over the last decade plus to see the Scranton School District is one of the great school districts in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. My first guest is Bob Lesh, the president of the Scranton School Board, a member of the Scranton School Board for 10 years, Bob?
14.
14 years. And Bill King, superintendent of schools of the Scranton School District, former principal of West Scranton High School, and really a lifelong teacher in the Scranton School District who rose through the ranks. Today I want to talk about something that we heard last week when our president addressed the nation from Tucson, Arizona, and that's civility in government. I had the privilege of serving, as Bob does now, as the president of the Scranton School District. And when I heard the president speak, and I heard his very insightful words, I reflected back on my days as a public servant, as a president of the Scranton School District, and wish I could have been given a do-over. Civility in government is so important, and it begins at the lowest levels of government, not the highest levels. It begins at the school district. It begins at the city council. It begins at the state legislature and works its way up. And we in Scranton have had a reputation of being great politicians, but really with a rock and stock'em style, with lots of arguments and lots of fights. And I sometimes wonder how much more we could have accomplished during my tenure as president of the board have I been a little more mindful of what the president said. And Bob, I congratulate you on your service for 14 years, but your service as president of the board. And I know you feel the same way as I do about the need for civility, and you got your hands full. I mean, you truly do. Am I right?
Absolutely.
And Bill, as the superintendent of the board and a non-voting member,
Right.
You see more than anyone else how important civility is to the school district and to the kids.
Well, absolutely. You know, our focus, it really should always be the students and providing the type of opportunities and resources and creating policies which would best benefit the students of our school district, setting high standards, trying to create programs and policies that help to support our vision and our mission. And, I really try as superintendent to try to keep ourselves focused on that mission.
As we go to a break, I'd like for you to listen to what the president had to say in talking about those that died in Tucson and the need for civility in our government.
At a time when our discourse has become so sharply polarized, at a time when we are far too eager to lay the blame for all that ails the world at the feet of those who happen to think differently than we do, it's important for us to pause for a moment and make sure that we're talking with each other in a way that heals, not in a way that wounds. If this tragedy prompts reflection and debate, as it should, let's make sure it's worthy of those we have lost. Let's make sure it's not on the usual plane of politics and point scoring and pettiness that drifts away in the next news cycle. The loss of these wonderful people should make every one of us strive to be better. To be better in our private lives, to be better friends and neighbors, and co-workers and parents. And if, as has been discussed in recent days, their death helps usher in more civility in our public discourse, let us remember it is not because a simple lack of civility caused this tragedy. It did not. But rather because only a more civil and honest public discourse can help us face up to the challenges of our nation in a way that would make them proud.